miles per hour.
Josh, you got control.
Hi, and welcome. This is John.
Oh, I totally screwed that start up.
Oh my God, you're fired.
Tell Johnny he has to start again.
Yeah, can't someone tell him that? Just interrupt him.
GMRS group on the Holly.
Oh my God, we
Just
gave
key
you
right
a
over top of him for me.
We gave you a 5-minute warning. Oh my God, you had 5 minutes.
467.625 megahertz using an antenna at the top of our 180-foot tower. The repeater transmits at 462.625 megahertz via an antenna mounted at 140 feet. Our tower is located at elevation 1,505 feet above mean sea level, 2 miles south of Mount Holly Springs, Pennsylvania, at 40 degrees, 5 minutes, 52 seconds north latitude, and 77 degrees, 12 minutes, 12 seconds west longitude. We have 50 active call signs with 37 individuals checking in last week. If you checked in within the past 4 weeks, I will
37, wow.
Please include your name and location when you respond.
So, are we running on a backup repeater, or you can't hear us?
Station. I'll now begin our check.
No, they got it repaired, didn't they?
I don't know. Yeah.
I was using the GMRS tower from up there Sunday.
Hey, Josh, I need your help.
Yeah, you got to talk to him in between the check-ins.
Thanks for running the net, John. No traffic tonight.
He can't hear us now.
Thank you, Doug and Sandy. Thanks for checking in. WRFF 218.
Yeah, once the net starts, it's kind of hard for him to hear over top of the radio.
WRUD 261.
I think I read that they repaired it. I don't think it's temporary up there.
No, they repaired it, I think. They said it was back up and running, so I think that's a complete repair.
The GMRS tower was up on Sunday because I was using it to talk to them.
You were talking to Bob, weren't you?
Yeah, they helped me fix my radio.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good.
Brian, Amanda, Colton, Garrett, and Leona. WQYX 334.
WQYX 334, Unit 1, Josh.
Unit 2, Tish.
In Shippensburg.
Thank you, Josh and Tish. WRPP 349.
Good evening, Mike.
WRNW 360.
I had to double check before I started talking to make sure I switched back over to Mount Holly.
411.
That's a good point.
Oopsies. I've done that before.
WRQD 426, Steve Vandola. No traffic tonight.
WRMR 424.
Screw that.
WRNY 430.
They just skip over them now. They were never going to show up.
RKC 450.
WRKC 450, at in West Jewett. No traffic.
Hey, Josh. What port is SSH being used on?
22.
WRNE
Yep.
521.
Telnet is 23. And your daytime is 13.
532.
NTP is 123. Any other ones you need?
Maybe.
I know most of them.
WRTJ 542.
WRTJ 542. In Boiling Springs. Good evening, John. Good evening to the network.
Good evening, Dom. WQAD 551.
John, I better not. This is WQD 551, Steve Redline.
Thank you, Steve. WRKL 556.
WRKL 556, Leroy in St. Thomas. No traffic.
Hey, Leroy, thanks for checking in. WRCH 578.
H578, Mike in Fairfield.
Thank you, Mike. WROG 587.
WRG 587, Corey down in Lebanon County. No traffic, John. Thanks.
Jeff, when we get you more involved and you get a bigger antenna and a bigger radio, you'll be able to hit that repeater from your house. Unlike Jim, who can't hit it at all.
Jim sucks.
WRCB 627.
WRCB 627, Dave in Laurel Lake. Good evening, John. Thanks for running the net. And hi to everybody.
And good evening to you too, Dave. Thanks. WRAC 649.
C649, Unit 2, Kathy, Indianola.
So, Jim, have
Thank
they
you, Kathy.
completed their exercise outside of your house?
WRFH 661.
I don't know if he heard you, Tom.
Sorry.
I don't think you did.
661.
Almost looks like he's froze. Not sure if he's even
No,
there.
I'm here.
Oh.
Thank you.
664. WRMH 666.
No commercials, Jim?
WQYW 673. WRNY 683.
WRNY 683, Daryl from Shepherdstown area.
Thank you, Daryl. WRMF 712.
My bad.
WRMS 712, Tom from Shippensburg. No traffic. Thank you, John.
You're welcome, Tom, and thanks for checking in. WRKN 713.
Okay, what was the question?
Why are you such a dick? Never mind.
WRQY 725. RJF 728.
Yes and no, Jeff.
RNU 752.
I lost you guys.
WRNU
I can hear you and I can't see you though.
What you just sent me, it depends on what you're going to start with and where you want to end up.
WRJ
Okay.
758.
We can definitely talk about that. That's for sure. Jim will be able to help you with that also.
758.
I've gone through
Annapolis, Maryland.
3 antennas already. So you can learn from all of our mistakes.
Remember to close the door.
Thanks for checking in. WRER 675.
Hey, I got an update about there's a police thing in your area, Jim.
WROG 769.
Hey, John on the net. WROG 769 in Myerstown, Pennsylvania.
The KA3WEG in the chat there, that is one of the original OGs.
Thanks for checking in.
One of the original what?
OGs.
798.
KA3WEG.
WRQJ 798 Portable, Mike in York County. Good evening.
Tom, do you see the message I just sent you?
WRQH 824. WRQD 828.
Yeah, you can do this as expensive as you want or as cheap as you want. You don't have to jump to something, dramatic.
Good evening, John.
One of the guys, Cade, KC3EKE, he built a 2-meter dipole out of coax and wire. And he's doing some really long distance contacts with it.
WRPC 868, Cam in Grantville.
Thank you, Pam.
Yeah, like Mike said, how deep your pockets are. You can really sink some cash into it. Like if you wanted to build this thing overnight, you can sink some cash and you could have it overnight. Or take your time and build it up piece by piece, and you can make a heck of a station.
921, Blaine from the couch. I might miss the comment section. I will still try to be there. I'm also checking on another net. So
Jim, he sent me a link for a GMRS antenna to put up on the house, but like I said, you could start with that, but depending on where he wants to end up for the price of that versus the price difference for like we did with the Tram 1477 or the 1480 for a dual band antenna, that's the type of things we would ask you, Jeff.
DJ 976.
Okay.
So the Tram 1480 is really good. It's really good on the. I found it's really good on the repeater side versus the transmit side. Like mine, the transmit side 467 sucks, but the 462 region where the repeater setting is freaking incredible.
Good evening, Ray, and thanks for checking in.
One of these days I'll climb up there and pull
finally,
it back down and fix it.
983.
See, that's what I was looking at because I just looked up. I apparently already looked it up once. The Tram 1480. The band says it only goes up to 450.
No, it covers it.
Oh, Cassie, thanks for checking in.
I got the 1477 and the 1480.
Excuse me, that completes my list.
And the 1477 with the 50-watt radio made it to that repeater.
Late or missed stations. Any new late or missed stations that
You got any stock of copper pipe sitting around?
No.
Any aluminum tubing? Shafts? Like, yeah.
I have a 10-foot section of conduit out there, but I don't think it's. Is it metal or aluminum?
EMT's a little rougher to work with.
Any other stations, new, late, or missed, please check in now. WRQS 514 Sid in New York.
What do you think of a copper J-pole?
Yeah.
Your number is 514.
Well, there's one of them's not even doing anything right now.
Hey,
What's that?
We know where there's one of those not doing anything right now.
Yeah, I think it came in more as a 2-meter one. The J-pole looks really good.
And your name and location, please.
That reminds me, I need to get the Ringo up in the air before winter.
Sid in New Oxford.
Yeah, like I said, you can buy the commercial.
Okay, I've got
You can buy the commercial one, or you could build it. It's your preference too. There's so many different designs. There's Yagis and quads and collinears and
very good.
Just
thank you,
all sorts of stuff.
Any other stations, new, late, or missed, would like to check in?
Hey, Jim, you know what would be pretty tasty right about now?
732, Mike in Emmitsburg.
A Code Red Mountain Dew.
You're falling behind tonight, man.
See you here on the list. Got you back in the active column. Very good. Good to talk to you. Any other stations, new, late, or missed? Check in now.
WRMR 424.
You'll never make it in there.
1, Adam in South Hanover, no traffic.
Closest he comes to making it into the repeater is this radio.
Got it. Thank you very much. Thanks for checking in. And other stations, go for it.
Mm.
And then we'll call once again after that for any new later missed stations. Well, that brings us to Brian in Mount Holly Springs. Brian and family, WREK 307. What would you like to say? Go for it.
307 and out here. Enjoying the dip in temperatures. The days are still sunny, but yet not hot, even when you're in the sun, and the nights are nice and cool down in the 60s. You have the windows open and chill down the house. Yeah, we're doing a little late summer cleaning here, getting ready for fall when we get pent up in the house for 7 months straight. Trying to get everything straightened up and read up and make sure that we have a good, a clean winter coming towards us. So hope everybody's doing well, and I'm glad that the repeater was taken care of quickly and expeditiously, and it sounds just as good as ever. So thanks for running the net, John. Back to you.
You're welcome, Brian, and glad to hear you're getting things together in preparation for the months to come. Good to hear from you. Alrighty, Josh and Tish, WQYX 334.
WQYX 334, coming right at you here from Shippensburg. Good evening, John. How's it going with you?
WQYX 334. Not a whole lot here. Just enjoying everybody being back
I
to
still
school,
wish
so
I knew how to get that damn thing from California to Pennsylvania. Oh, man.
Aside from that, I do want to mention that we are coming up on Fall Fest time again here at Pine Grove. The Radio Club, we do have a table there if anyone's interested in signing up for a shift to kind of sit there and hand out some information and tell people about radio. There's still plenty of room for people to do that. I believe that is October 15th and 16th. I don't have it up in front of me right now, but I think it's that weekend there in October over there at Pine Grove. So anyone interested, let me know. And other than that, I don't have a whole lot else. So thanks for running the net, John, and I'll go ahead and throw it back to you from WQYX 334.
Thank you very much, Josh, and I'm glad you're able to appreciate a little quiet time.
You think he ever hurts his shoulder doing that?
Alrighty, how about WQ?
What are you whining about, Leroy?
You ever hurt your shoulder doing that?
Doing what?
Throwing it back?
About this evening.
How'd I roll it back?
Oh, we
roll it back.
I just lob it.
So,
underhand toss like softball.
Well, good. That's great. So we're glad you're listening and having a good time with it, for sure.
Hi, Tish.
Let's see. How about Dom in Boiling Springs, WRTJ 542? Your comments.
Good evening once again, WRTJ.
There she is. Kind of.
Hi, Tish.
Hi, Tish.
It is not a kid.
How's school?
70s. Sony.
Horrible.
With a giant plastic cup full of real tape.
That's a big hole in the ground.
I have nothing to use for curriculum for second, third, fourth, and fifth grade because it hasn't come in yet. I have no access to any of it online, and they finally got our computer for some of us in some buildings up and running so we can do testing so we can figure out who gets for the year. So we're off to a great start.
That's awesome.
These are real tape. I remember them well from my own personal use and also when I was
Bye,
working
guys.
at WMSP.
Have a good one,
94.9
Trish.
in Harrisburg.
See you tomorrow.
Great. Well,
Oh.
maybe somebody listening to take that off your hands. How about it, Steve? WQ8D551. What would you like to say?
Yeah.
Go for it. When I was working at WMSP.
WQZ551, Steve Redliner. I want to thank Bob for the quick attention to the repeater there when you had the lightning strike up there. I know what he was going through there, going through that couple weeks prior there with the one in Hanover there. So trying to get another repeater up and running and get everything back together again. So definitely want to thank him and Kathy and Mike. I think got a hand in it, and thank everybody there for a good workmanship there to try to get us back in the air there again. So that's about all I have there, John. WQD 551 back to that control.
Indeed, it was taken care of in a very timely manner. So I echo your thanks and appreciation for sure. Mike, WRCH 578. Go for it, Mike.
CH 578. Yeah, I want to thank Bob for a speedy trip up there to Mount Holly to get things straightened out in a short fashion. And hopefully you're getting all your electronics back into working order, which can be fixed or replaced. That's got us stuck when the lightning bolt goes through your house. Not literally, but just through the electric lines, wiping out stuff randomly. But for you, John, unfortunately, it didn't take out any of the television. I guess if there's a bright side to it, that would be it. Let's see, other than that, over the weekend, worked several hours of the worldwide digital contest. Didn't work the full 24 hours. That made a present worked that for several hours. And starting to enjoy now the temperatures are starting to come down, especially in the evenings. It's nice to see the temperatures getting back down into the 60s in the evenings. And I think the humidity will be coming down this week, so another added bonus. So we'll send it back to WRCH 578.
The humidity coming down, it's just great. And the days are just nice too, just as Brian described them earlier. And yeah, Bob and Kathy made the trip up here twice, two consecutive nights, I believe, to take care of business. So, all righty. Many thanks there again. Hey, Dave in Laurel Lake, WRCB 627. Your comment. 627 Dave Laurel Lake. Yeah, that all sounds good. I guess the weather finally is breaking a little bit. That helps. I'm going to Ocean City for Labor Day or just afterwards, and so looking forward to that. And I'd be interested in maybe helping out at that Pine Grove Furnace State Park thing there, Josh. So make sure I get enough info to get out of my own way on that one. And what was the call sign on the guy? Who was the guy that has the Sony for sale? Sony tape recorder? That's Dom in Boiling Springs, WRTJ 542. Now, it's not, I just believe it's that. I didn't mark that on the list, that's specific, but I believe that's who had the equipment. And Dom, if you're still listening, are you the one? RTJ, is that right? 542? That's good. Okay, great. Well, could be called later, maybe. Here. Thank you. Okay, Dave. Very good. Now, Kathy, Nola, WRAC 649. What do you have for us this week, Kathy?
WRAC 649, Unit 2, Kathy Ninola. I just want to say special thanks for this special donation of the repeater. It's really appreciated. It's working great. No problems. For the new people, don't forget about the Facebook page. It's called South Central PA GMRS Group. You click like and I'll accept it, and you can be part of the group. That's pretty much about it right now, John. I haven't figured out a date or where for the next cookout yet.
All righty, well, very good. And I'll repeat the Facebook page then when we're at the end things this evening. Yeah, good to talk to you, Kathy, and I agree that your repeater sounded fantastic. All righty, how about it, John in Parksburg, WQYW 673, your comments.
WQYW 673, John here in Parksburg. Say hello to everyone tonight. Kind of pressed for time, and wish everyone well, stay hydrated, and hopefully I'll be able to talk to you and see you all at the next meeting. It's WQIW 673 on the side. Thank you, John.
You're welcome, John. Good to hear from you. And Dell, WRNY 683. Go for it.
Oh, I will. Two items. Number one, I'm looking for an older computer that originally was sold with Microsoft XP. Needed to program some radios, and it doesn't need a serial port. Willing to buy it. If anybody has one for sale. That is an XT with a RS-232 serial port.
Wait, didn't he just say that wasn't required?
Radios from the early to mid 90s. The radios. The other thing is, I don't know. Some of you might know. There's some problems going on in 650. That was a frequency I always used throughout many years. Repeaters on and off of 460 to 650. Well, I'll shorten this story.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I forgot to take a break there. Right now, within the last month, somebody put up what I would call a nuisance repeater. It's on open squelch. You don't need a tone to key it. You never hear anybody on it. And I'm trying to track it down before the Federal Communications Commission gets involved. That's the last route I want to take. And I'm asking anybody who's driving around if they're in an area where they can bring up this repeater on 462, 650. Of course, the input's 5 megs higher. And without using any tone. It's an open squelch. You don't need a tone to bring it up. It's a nuisance repeater.
If it's a family-only used repeater, it's not required to identify. And they're completely in compliance.
If you're out driving...
Yes, so somebody might have something out there that's close to Mount Holly and be using it.
It is annoying.
Hello to everybody on
but
here.
There's not much you can do with it. That's
it's an open frequency.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you have a little mystery going on there, a little intrigue. So maybe we'll spark somebody to help you track it down.
Well, here's the thing: if they track it down, they could also ask them to change the input and output
Any comments here?
Which would actually help. This way it's not.
Good evening, everybody. One small piece of good news: the electrical project is finally proceeding again. It took the electrician 6 months to get the meter socket, only to discover it was the wrong one, and then took another 4.5 months to get the right one. So they were out a week or so ago, got just about everything done, and discovered that the estimate on the feed line from the meter to the panel was 20 feet short. So they had to pull all that wire back out of the conduit, and they're going to come back off on Friday, and hopefully we'll have power out here in the shack in the next couple of weeks. But it's plodding along. I guess every little bit of progress is progress. Other than that, like everybody else, I'm enjoying the nicer weather and looking forward to fall. And the other good piece of news, I don't know if I mentioned previously, finally retiring out of the Guard. So that means that I won't have drill weekend when they do the cookout, and I'll be able to make it finally. So anyway, that's about it from this end. And as always, John, thanks for running the net. WRFT 732, Mike in Emmitsburg.
Okay, Mike. Well, glad to hear that you'll be able to attend the weekend event. That's super. And glad you're back in there with us. There's something else you mentioned I wanted to make a comment about, but went in one ear and out the other, I guess. Okay, keep listening. I might remember. Alrighty, Eric and Ian in Carlisle, WRNU 752. Anything you'd like to say?
752 in the 2 in. That woman.
Hey, Ian, good to hear from you. Thanks. Moving on, and how about Mike in Leader Heights, WRQJ 798?
Well, good evening to everybody in the net. WRUG535 798 portable on the Retrievus RB 27HC. Looking westbound at the screen there, almost right above Pigeon Hill sites there. So nice picture, perfect evening here. Nice cool temperatures out here too. Had a nice bit of rain yesterday to start that hopefully cooler air off here for the next few days. And to mention the rear deck. Yes, used one of those myself at WQXA 105.7 down here in York back in 1994. And recorded all the contest phone calls and CBS News blurbs, Marty remotes. Oh yeah, I got a lot of use. So I would consider getting one, but I only have one tape to play. That was a fellow DJ who sent me some drops from OC 104 in Ocean City, Salisbury, Maryland there. So that's the only thing I have on reel to reel. Well, in any case, beautiful night here. Hope everybody has a good week. And yeah, Repeater is sounding fantastic. Much improved from last week there. And it is absolutely doing a good job tonight. So we'll send it back to Net Control. WRUG535 798.
Yeah, Mike, I have a reel-to-reel as well. It's up in the attic. And the reason I stopped using it is because when I would be playing something back to it, the tape would start to squeal, not through the speakers, although you could even hear it a little bit there, but it would squeal audibly. I mean, out loud, you'd hear the speaker. I remember recording something at the high school, and fortunately, one of the people in the audience that was near the machine got up and shut it off. Because I was so embarrassed I could have died. This machine area, this is when I was a senior, and it was the tape going past the head. Amazing. So I guess the head shot. I would imagine that's what causes that. And Mike in Emmitsburg, I remembered you were dealing with Murphy's Law in a big way. Your electrical project there. Okay. Good enough, everybody. Let's see. Currently, the WQWE866. Go for it, Curly.
Call me by any call sign, John. Just don't call me late for dinner. Hi. WQWE866. Well, back from vacation, and yes, I did not get burnt. All clean, all good to go. No pain, no gain, whatever the saying is. So I'm good. Got to meet the president of the Worcester Amateur Radio Club. He actually lives down the street from where we were staying, so got to meet him. So they have a good club down there. And the one night we were going down Coastal Highway, I could have sworn I heard the Mount Holly repeater. I couldn't put it in, any audio. I heard people talking, but it was kind of just pull anything out identifying from it. So, can't say for sure, but there was some dusting going on down there. I was hearing a couple repeaters down there. But Yeah, that's what we were doing. And this morning, since I'm laying on the couch now, we had an early morning hazmat call at the York County Judicial Center. They had freon leak in the center. So that's going to be closed for a couple of days. We tried to stop the leak, but the crack was too far in the pipe, pretty lengthy, so the contractor had to come in and do a thing. They have to evacuate all the refrigerant out of the lines and everything, and it's going to be a long process. So hopefully anybody listening doesn't have a court case. Just kidding. With that, John, turn it back to you. And thanks, Bob, for getting the repeater up so quick. WQWE 66, turn it up.
You deserve a little couch time there, Curly. Yeah, it looks like the judicial system's going to come to a screeching halt there for a while. Okay, glad for your report there. Pam in Grantville, WRPC 868. Anything you'd like to say?
Are you kidding me?
WRPC 868. Don't really have any input or news to pass on. Just want to wish everybody a happy and safe Labor Day. WRPC 868, Pam in Grantville.
Well, thank you, Pam. That's great, and appreciate it for sure. And wonder if Blaine is still awake. Let's see, WROR 921. Are you there?
WROR 921. Yeah, I'm still here, sitting on the couch. Man, last week was a doozy. Lost the well pump, got that all reinstalled, poured that about 8 foot deep, put a new one in. And I think we heard the crack of thunder that got you up there, John, because Jen woke up. What was that? Like, that was thunder. We didn't unhook our antennas, but it was close. And I mean, it just reverberated off the mountain down our house, shook the house. I think we pretty much heard when you got struck there in the morning.
Time was 1:14. If you recall, but I wouldn't be surprised because the actual storm seemed to be west of here. And I guess it could have been south there, but it was a little bit of a distance away. Not too much, but just enough. And my hit was with the power line. That storm hit a power line, and since I'm at the end of the line, I was the lucky winner. Fortunately, I didn't actually get a bolt of lightning hitting the house or the tower or anything, but it did its number anyway. So I'm glad you were safe through that. Okay, Joe in Union Deposit, WRDJ 976. What do you have for us, Joe?
976. Not too much, John. I'm glad to hear you're okay and doing all right with that electrical problem you had there. And the repeater does sound good. Just take care of the goats and the chickens. Just having a lot of fun with them. And we got rid of 2 roosters there one morning there. I let the roosters out, and the chickens come running up and looking for food and stuff. And the 2 roosters ganged up on this one chicken, and they killed it. They killed it right in front of me. So, and it was one of the chickens that I liked. It was a younger chicken, too, and I couldn't believe they killed it. So we got rid of 2 roosters. And it's a little bit easier going in there without the roosters. Kenny's been doing okay. Michelle gave him a good crack the other day because he attacked her, but he seems to be settling down with her a little bit, not with me, though. I guess I got to give him a crack. I don't know. These roosters are a pain in the neck, I tell you. But other than that, John, I'll tell you, I washed the car the other day. I washed the inside and out. I mean, it was filthy, and I polished it and cleaned it up, and the tires, the inside, and vacuumed it, and did all the good trimming and detailing and everything. And of course, the next day it rained. Isn't that something? Maybe I should wash the car out more often and get some more rain. But I hope everybody has a good Labor Day. I guess that's about it, John. And we are waiting for the fall weather too, and to cool off a little bit. So this is WRDJ 976 back to net control.
Okay, Joe. Good to hear you're getting your rooster population under control there. Yeah, they can be nasty, I guess. I don't know anything about it, but I've heard all the stories that you guys have had, and I've heard others talk too, that have roosters and so forth, chickens, and yeah, they can be a little feisty at times, for sure. All righty, well, thank you, Joe. That concludes the comment section of our net this evening. So now it's time to, once again, call for any new, late, or missed stations. If you fall in one of those categories, please check in now. Well, hearing nothing there, at 9:41, looks like that's going to conclude the South Central Pennsylvania GMRS Group net this evening. Lots of appreciation for all the stations that checked in, and those of you that had a few words to say, really appreciate that for sure. Makes it interesting for everybody. And our next network check-in, let's see. I still have August 31st written here. I wasn't smart enough to go ahead there, and I can't right off the bat. Let me see. Tomorrow is the 1st, so 8. It'll be the 7th, I suppose, will be the next, what Wednesday is. Wednesday the 7th. Hope I'm correct on that. Other network check-ins, Mondays and Fridays at 9 p.m. on the 725 repeater in Hanover. And that repeater is a PL tone of 141.3 hertz. And don't forget our Facebook page, South Central PA GMRS Group. Alrighty, this is John Riddlesberger, WRBW 501. Good evening to everyone. Have a super week and a safe Labor Day weekend. The repeater is now returned to its normal use.
All right. Well, thank you again for all who joined us online, and welcome, Jeff. Wish you luck in getting your license here. He's going for the technician exam. And that it's starting to get a little cooler out, a little bit more enjoyable, and yeah, we'll see what we can pick up next. So that's all I got. You guys got anything?
Suffer in silence and thank you. Come again.
Okay, good enough for me.
Good night, all. Enjoy.
All right. Well, you heard it here. We'll see you, Internet.